Hello and welcome to the House of Royale, episode 27. It is a brand new year, 2024. This year for my birthday is January 11th, you guys. I would love for you guys to go onto the Patreon and subscribe, okay? These guests are serving their stories, their soul. They are helping you guys heal and feel loved. And so in return, I would love for you guys to go on the House of Royale Patreon and show not only me, but all of these guests your love and support. And on YouTube today, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button, share, comment, all of the things. Okay, I have chills. I'm feeling the spirit. Let's do this. Today, I am blessing you guys with one of the most beautiful women in Los Angeles. She wears many hats, just like most of my guests. She is a high fashion model, an actress, an entrepreneur with her own clothing line, and she is also a philanthropist out here just serving her soul to the world. Everyone, please welcome Myla Tkachenko.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. It's so pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, Myla, you are blessing us. Look at you, you're so gorgeous.
Thank you.
You just emit this shining bright light. Have you always been a happy, cheery woman?
I think most of my life, I think I have been a happy cheer woman. Always there's days that I'm not so happy, but it's life.
Yeah.
It's like the way it goes. But I always trying to make myself happy and try to do things that make me happy to stay happy.
Yes, I have known you for a couple years now, and every time I see you, you just have the biggest smile on your face. You're
Oh.
so warm, you're so loving.
Thank you.
And I'm the opposite. I'm like just ADD Capricorn, like always working and like stressed out. And whenever I see my homegirls at these events,
Oh.
you are just this bright light. You've always been so sweet, and I commend you for that, because I feel like the women like me out here who are more on the bitchy side, we definitely need to take notes from the girls like you who are just sweet all the time.
Oh,
So
thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's get into it. I think that it's so freaking amazing that you came to the States all the way from Ukraine, which is something that I would love to hear from you. Just your story, like where you grew up and you coming to the States to be in show business, and then kind of your take on what's going on right now with the war and everything. All right, so take it away, woman.
I grew up in Ukraine and kind of a small town west of Ukraine. So I grew up like very, I think definitely not like very different from Hollywood, very like simple life. I grew up. And I always like wanted to do something more. I want to experience, I want to travel. So first I started to travel for modeling in China. I was in Asia for a while, in China.
Wow.
Yeah, in Thailand, Hong Kong. So I was doing modeling in Asia for like 3 years.
Wow.
It was amazing experience. It was fun. And after I was like, I want to experience more. I want to see what is the different countries, how is life there. So I flew to United States and I like it, and start doing modeling. And I think like acting and all of this is just come to me with time. I didn't know right away what I want to do exactly. I was just always been doing modeling, but all of this like my clothing line and like being involved in charity organization, it all came later. In the beginning I was just doing modeling and like discovering myself and see what I want to do.
Okay, question. So, did you have family members or like your mom and dad? Like, how did you even know about showbiz or modeling?
No, my family is not in show business, and I came to United States by myself, or my family is back in Ukraine.
Wow. Okay, so like let's say you're 11 years old. Was there a model that inspired you, or what you just knew that you were like tall and beautiful and you were like, maybe I should model?
Well, I always been inspired. It's a Russian model, Natasha Vodyanova. Yeah,
Oh,
actually, I met her in Cannes Film Festival in this May, and I told her like, "Oh, you're so beautiful. You inspire me to do modeling." She's like, "Just say thank you." Yeah, it was very
wow.
cute. I met her like at the bar at the event.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay, so when you were a kid, what's her name?
and Natasha Vodyanova. She's top
Natasha.
model 90s.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was kind of Natasha when you were a kid. It was women like that where you were like, oh my God, I want to do that.
Yeah, her life seems to be like, so she grew up in Russia and all of a sudden she started to do all of the big campaigns and live in Paris and do all like Versace, Chanel shows. And her life seems to be like very fascinating. I feel like that inspired me when I was a little girl. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so what was your first modeling job?
My first modeling job in my city, I did a fashion show.
Cool.
Yeah, that was very randomly. I was like, how it started, I was just in a shoe shop. I went to this like very expensive shoe shop, like I couldn't afford back then, but I was just wanted just to look,
Yeah.
like to visualize that I want to buy those shoes. And like a lady come to me, she's like, "Do you do modeling?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "You should come to the agency." And I came to the agency, and back then I wasn't even thinking I'm that beautiful. I wasn't even thinking about myself till I think I was like 18. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to talk about that because you do have another side to you that people would not guess, which is tech.
Yeah.
And you had a podcast all based around tech, and you're actually dating someone in tech. So as a child, were you more like left-brained? Like, were you more into science and math, or were you a girly girl the whole time? How did you become like a genius?
I mean, I think I don't even know if I were more left or right brain because I was studying banking, so I was more like,
Mm,
and I was working in an insurance company. And that's the thing people would never guess about me.
wow.
Yeah, when I grew up in Ukraine, I mean, not grow up, when I was already in college, I was working part time in an insurance company, so it was like full on professional. I was still like doing dancing, and modeling just come up out of nowhere, and they offered me contract in China, and I was like, why not? It's how it all started.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just want to press to everyone that just because she's hot, you don't mess with her because she can hack your computer and end your life. No, I'm just kidding. So okay. Back to the beginning of modeling. There was dancing too, like ballet or what?
It's national Ukrainian dance. So there is a Ukrainian singer, and I was like background dancing. It's like national Ukrainian style. Yeah.
Wow.
I love that. It was actually so much fun. I really enjoy like performing, travel. Like we travel around Ukraine for performance. It was super fun. Yeah.
So out here in LA, because I am working on gathering a couple of girls to come with me to a dance class.
Oh, I love dancing.
I haven't taken class in a minute, and there's this girl, her name's Marissa, and she teaches at Playground on Melrose. Have you been there?
I've never been there. Yeah, I actually was supposed to come many times, but I never made it to go there.
Exactly. Okay, same. So like you and I, and then maybe two other girls, and like take her beginner heels class on a Monday.
Let's do it.
I
Yeah.
really want to go. I'm saying it out loud. I'm manifesting it to the universe. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Dance was a huge part of my life. My mom had 3 dance studios. I grew up dancing, competing all over the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Okay, so let's get into when you first came to the States. Were you living in California?
I was living in New York.
Okay.
So I was living in New York for 2 years. I was going to language school. I was studying English. It was a great experience. And plus I was doing modeling. So it was like both. And after, I just always had an idea about Hollywood and acting and everything. And some of my friends moved here. So I was like, why not? Let me try it out.
Yeah.
It's how I moved here.
Okay, so was New York scary and overwhelming, or you just like flew into New York and you were like, I'm good, I'm having a great time?
Well, I used to live in Shanghai in China, and it's way bigger city. Versus like the
Oh.
size of the city, Shanghai it's way bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think maybe 5 times bigger. The building is huge and everything. So I think like Shanghai was very overwhelming, and especially it's Chinese language, and
Yeah.
people don't speak English. So I think that was like the hardest part. So
Yeah.
when I moved to New York and people speak English and people more chill and friendlier, so I didn't feel like that overwhelmed after Shanghai, but I felt overwhelmed after because I was managing like going to school and trying to book job for modeling. So I was like overwhelmed with, and there's constantly something happening, constant events, constant
Mm-hmm.
thing. And I felt like kind of like FOMO. I wanted to do all of it.
Yeah.
So after 2 years, I kind of felt like I was burned out after doing all of it, trying to manage to do all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. China's obviously a great way to prep yourself for a big city. I didn't even think about that. So you were like, what, 18 in China? Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Nuts. Okay, so you're in New York, you're going to school,
Mm-hmm.
you're modeling.
Mm-hmm.
When did acting happen?
Acting happened very I think very randomly. I was dating one actor, and I feel like he inspired me because I started to go to movie premieres, I start to see the way he's like reading scripts and everything, and I feel like that inspired me. I started to see more about this, and I was like, oh, let me take acting class. And I started taking acting classes, and I found this very like creative, beautiful thing, and it's like amazing experience. So acting, it's very fascinating. I still taking acting classes and trying booking jobs and working. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's very inspiring, I think.
Let's talk about the audition process because every time I talk to an actor, it's like nonstop self tape. The self tape auditions, people. If you are not an actor, you do not know about this life. But it's like you're at home and you're like, my name's Rochelle Royale. I'm 5'5". How tall are you?
5'9".
5'9". I'm 5'5", and I'm 100 years old, and then you have to like,
They're like, what?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's for me, it's so I stopped. I haven't done that stuff in so long because it's so embarrassing for me. Do you ever get embarrassed? Do you feel like it's cheese ball or like sometimes you get scripts that are like, oh God, or I don't know. How do you feel about it?
Sometimes I feel like I put so much energy into like learning the script, preparing, send it, and I never heard back. So I spent
Mm.
like 2 3 days focusing, and it like just I never heard back. But I think it's a part of the process. Is the same like when I was modeling full time. Like I was just doing casting from morning to evening, and only like after like I booked some jobs. But it's just like part of the process. Like this, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And so give us inspiration,
Mhm.
Myla, because we all get discouraged and we're all just so many people want to throw in the towel and quit. And the name of the game in showbiz is persistence and never giving up.
Yeah.
So what keeps you motivated and what
Mm.
keeps you like what lights your fire? Because I definitely need some inspiration for sure cuz I'm doing a lot and sometimes I get so overwhelmed.
I think I'm getting overwhelmed too when I'm trying to focus on a lot of things. So now I'm
Mhm.
trying to like narrow down my focus and focus on like a one thing at a time, because that's like the most effective way I find out. But I think what keeps me motivated is just like I love doing that. This is like I'm living my dream, and this is a part of the process. So just need to embrace it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I shout out to Hot High Priestess. She was just on this podcast called Almost Adulting
Mm-hmm.
with Violet Benson.
Mm-hmm.
Violetta, have you
Mm-hmm.
heard of her?
Yeah.
Okay. So Hot High Priestess has just been preaching the gospel to women. Imagine it, be it, become it. Like, I get paid for being alive. I get money comes to me easily and effortlessly. TikTok, money comes to me easily and effortlessly.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever visualized something and then it comes to life and it happens?
Yes, I think I start to like feel that like this. I definitely believe in that. It's like our, like what we believe, what we like visualize is going to be true. I think the first time, like when I was in Ukraine, when I was like 17, I really wanted to dance like the main performance in a capital, and because I was not like in a the first peak for the big performance, and I was like I really wanted to do it, so I was just like visualizing over and over again, and I feel like the pick me to do it, it was like really like fruit on my like from my visualization. So since that's like I feel like I use it, but sometimes I forgot about that. But I feel like it's interesting. We need to be really careful what we think and what we
Yeah.
visualize. But sometimes like I lose control over that and I'm trying to like come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's life. Yeah, I'm doing my best for sure to keep like visualize only good things.
So what I would like to do right now, I did this with my friend Maria. I think you know Maria. Maria Shapley, the actress. We see her all the time at the carpet stuff.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and so she does life coaching. She's like an intuitive coach. And so
Mm-hmm.
we did this with her in her episode, and I love this. But because it's the new year
Mm-hmm.
and women are coming into power, it's all about the female energy. We're in the age of Aquarius on planet Earth right now, which means technology, creativity, and the divine feminine power.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what I would like to manifest, we're both going to do our manifestations out into the universe right now. I want to manifest success for women, of course, but for this show, I want this show to blow up. I want all of my idols, all of the people I look up to, the biggest names, to have beautiful collaborations, for us to share our stories on this show, and for it to be lucrative and make all the money, and then have that flow into the musical side of my journey, which has always been my first love, and to become a female music producer and work with female engineers and music producers. That is what I truly want. And when it comes to love, of course, I'm dating a fabulous man right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to truly have a partnership that is lifting each other up and helping one another flourish and grow and be the best people that we can possibly be, and just truly know what it feels like to be in a healthy, loving, stable partnership.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is what I am manifesting for 2024. And so it is.
2024, I would like to manifest like it's a new thing, guys. You haven't mentioned that I start DJing and doing music too,
Woo!
and it's a new thing for me. So I really feel passionate about that, and I want in 2024 do amazing performances for DJing, do festivals, perform on the festivals, and manifest abundance, success, and healthy, loving, trusting relationship and
Yes.
peace in the world, that hopefully this year the war gonna stop in Ukraine and also in different places in the world, so everyone live a peaceful life and happy.
And a movie.
And a movie, book a, book a TV show, little role. Let's
Yes.
go.
Oh my God, I love it. And so it is.
Yeah.
Let the universe hear our incantations and make them come to fruition. You just mentioned the war. We need world peace. We need to keep praying for world peace. You have family in the Ukraine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is their experience right now? And what has your experience been with just dealing with the war and feeling the anxiety?
Well, when the war just started, I was really like so stressful and very like couldn't do anything else because like I was worried what's going on. And yeah, it's really sad. A lot of people, like a lot of my like childhood friends, their husbands went to the war and they died. So now they're alone with three kids. Like there's a lot of women lost their husbands, and like there's over like I don't remember the amount, but a lot of men, Ukrainian men died. It's like it's only women basically. Like there's majority is women now and older people. So it's really sad that all these young guys died and all this thing was happening. I just hope it's gonna be peace. Yeah, And recently, I wanted to go and visit Ukraine since my family live on the west side, so it's supposed to be safer. I was supposed to go there actually for holidays, and I couldn't go. And there was like a lot of bomb explosion in that in
Oh,
my area. So
my.
yeah, it's very stressful, and hopefully the war is gonna stop.
And your parents, are they okay?
Yeah, they're okay. They're staying like in a small city, so it's far away from big cities and it's closer to Poland, which is like already a European Union, so they don't really go all the way there. Even though there was some of the bomb even there, but
Mm.
it's way less that south region closer to Russia. Yeah, and they're okay, but still it's very stressful and they don't want to move to different country because I think like for older people move like leave everything behind, it's like not so easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that they have you, and I'm glad you guys are in communication and that they're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just so sad what people are dealing with. I mean, there's so much happening in that arena. Like, I don't even know where to start,
Yeah.
honestly. But it's just interesting to hear from
Mhm.
your perspective, just because you're from Ukraine, and
Yeah.
yeah, I can only imagine the feeling. But I'm glad everyone's safe. I want to bring up the fact that you are an entrepreneur because I feel like that is the theme for women on planet Earth. Like, we all need to be focused on building our empires. You started a yoga clothing line.
Mhm.
So tell us all about it.
I started 3 years ago during COVID, and I always wanted to, because the idea is to empower women to live healthy and happy life. So that was the idea in the first place. And I started to do yoga clothing line and also yoga events. I've done a lot of yoga events in LA. So that's inspired me for women empowerment, healthy lifestyle, and building business. It's not so easy, so I'm working on it. It's a lot of things comes with it as well. So yeah, I'm just really like focusing to build it.
Do you have anyone helping you? Because I definitely need to like hire a person to help me with like the admin,
Yeah.
like the busy work, like the emails and like just setting up the Shopify. Like, do
Mhm.
you have anyone helping you?
Yeah, I have a like ad company, so the ad manage ads and manage all of these things, and also drop shipping because it could be very overwhelming. Yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay.
trying to do it by myself, and it's a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so for shipping,
Mhm.
what I have one other friend that has a website.
Mhm.
It's called Straight Out of the Coffin. Shout out to Ashley Pagliuso. But she's selling every day and it's nonstop. So how did you find out about the shipping place? Is it easy or?
Well, before when I just started, I was like buying big amounts and keep it at home and like ship it myself, like physically go myself to the FedEx and ship it, and that's not very efficient way to do. So
Yeah.
I started to do drop shipping. That's way better. So I'm not involved in packaging on like delivering. It's the company that does it for me. So I just need to do marketing, ads, promotion. Yeah. So that's better for sure.
Okay, so I don't I have zero experience with this. So for drop shipping, what is the process? You just make the order and the factory does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just need to pay the percent from for the company in order to do that. And yeah, that's way easier way, efficient way to do it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. If you
Mhm.
had a piece of Myla Tkachenko merchandise, like what would it look like? What would it be? Because I'm trying to decide what my first piece of merchandise is going to be for House of Royale.
Mhm. I think your style, that's something you should sell too. Like sexy, like one pieces, you know?
Oh, okay. Maybe a one piece. All
Yeah, like
right.
what are you wearing right now? This is very, very good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. All right. You're working on growing your business.
Mhm.
And then also, I saw that you are working with Nova,
Mhm.
which is a charity.
Mhm.
So, what are they all about?
So Nova Ukraine is charity organization that helps Ukraine, and I think it's like second largest in the United States. We raised more than $100 million over 1 year, so it's like very focused on empower families who lost their houses. Like there's all kinds of different campaigns, and I'm doing their brand ambassadorship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. What is coming up for them? Is there I'll go. Is there an event in LA? Do they do events in LA?
Yeah, they actually did event in LA in end of December, and I think next one is going to be in February. I will invite you. You should definitely
Okay.
join. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would love that. You're just like giving of yourself in so many different areas. How do you find time for yourself? Do you, well, obviously you do yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the yoga events because that's another thing that I would like to go to. I feel like I met someone at Natasha Graziano,
Mm-hmm.
her house.
Mm-hmm.
I met this girl, Michelle, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that because I know there's a lot of women watching. If you live in LA, you should definitely sign up to do this yoga event with these women because usually it's in like Malibu and it's super
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous. Okay, so do you guys work together or what is that?
We are friends. We don't work together. She has a yoga clothing line as well,
Cool.
and so yeah, so we maybe we'll do some collaboration.
And the yoga classes, when do they happen?
Well, I did when I did my yoga events. I just did in my friends' houses,
Mhm.
and that would help me organize everything. And it would be like nice. We'll have lunch. We'll do yoga, some bath. So it's like the whole day thing for female, just like chill, relax. So I didn't do it. Mostly like did it like a purposes of just like promotion and everything. It wasn't like people don't need to pay to join the events.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I did it, and I only invite influencers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but my friend Michelle, she does it. That's like classes, the one weekly happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In Malibu?
in Malibu in a studio. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies. So if you're looking for something active to do and wanting to hang out with wonderful women who will lift you up and support you, definitely go to Mila's Instagram page. And I guess link in the bio for any type of yoga events will be there.
Yeah.
That's definitely a goal for me this
Mm-hmm.
year because the gym is not my favorite. I
Mm-hmm.
really don't like going to the gym. So I would rather be out in nature
Yeah.
looking at the ocean with a bunch of hot girls.
He's actually opening her own studio in Santa Monica. So that's like stay tuned
Oh,
for that because those classes in Malibu, like for the winter, it's not so busy. So they don't do in this winter, but it's gonna start in spring in Santa Monica. Yeah.
cool. So
Exciting.
exciting. I want to keep the manifestation rolling, and I usually do this with all of my guests.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite tarot deck, and her name is Cardsy B. She used to be the fashion editor for Playboy.
Oh,
And now she's like a full-blown psychic, like tarot card reader, and like her deck is in House of Intuition and like, you know, all the crystal shops and everything. Okay, so this deck, it's Cardsy B, and Mila and I are both going to pull a card to see what this week will hold for us.
let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so let's shuffle the deck. And then I'll hand this to you.
Mm-hmm. So I need to pick one card. What do I do?
Yep, just pick any card and then tell me what it is. Oh,
Ooh,
while you're choosing a card.
Angelina.
That's
Like-
Angelina Jolie.
Oh,
Yes, honey.
oh, I'm Angelina Jolie.
Yes, girl. Okay, so that it's right here. I'm gonna read it to you.
Okay.
Angelina, with all her many babies strapped to her, embodies the ultimate mama, both nurturing and powerful. This fierce matriarch brings ideas to fruition with love and strength. And it means feminine power, fertility, birthing, and nurture.
I love that. That's amazing.
Oh my
Wow.
God, I have chills. That's so cool. Okay, let me choose a
Like, now
card. That's
that's
like,
amazing. I've never seen those kind of cards.
yes.
cool.
Badass bitches. Badass bitches
Ooh.
tarot.
Nice.
Okay, let's see what I get. Please, angels, give me a good card. I got TLC. Okay, 3 of Cups.
Very cute.
Cups signify water. So we're going to fill our cups this week with love. Okay, ladies? Okay, 3 of Cups. These crazy, sexy, cool chicks know how to party. The Three of Cups brings a spontaneous celebration of love. Oh my God, maybe my boyfriend's going to do something amazing for me.
He definitely will.
Oh, friendship and TLC, okay? This can indicate a wedding. No.
Ooh, who knows?
Family event or just a fabulous girls' night out. And it stands for family, celebration, and community. Oh my God, we're going to have a big party for my birthday.
So exciting.
I really want this episode to be about the hell yes feeling. Like, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, right? And when we're navigating life, we need to really reevaluate almost every single day. How do I feel about this? Checking in with ourselves. So, for all of the women out there, what advice do you have if they're unsure about a situation? How do you take a step back to get some clarity and make a decision? Let's say that there's women out there that are afraid to take the next step to become independent or like to start their own business. If they're too afraid, what advice do you have for them?
For me, when I'm not sure or something, I go meditate. So I meditate every morning for like an hour. So I feel like after that, I have like very like clear mind, and I can literally see like make decision peacefully, right? Because I remember what it was this cold book I read. So there's decision you can make out of love or out of fear. So
Yes.
only when you feel like peaceful and like loved, you can make decision because it go out of love. So my advice would be to don't make decision out of fear, but make them out of love and excitement. If something is excite you and you feel like you want to do it, it angers you, it's like you feel alive, you should definitely go for it.
Absolutely. Okay, so that being said, being in LA, you're constantly, all of us, especially women, we are constantly faced with adversity, especially if we're on set with a man or if a man is our manager or like just dealing with it can be a lot of like dark negative energy. So do you say yes to every single job, or like have there been professional people in LA that you've had to say no to just because you're not feeling it? Because I know for me now, I'm like, I'm not going to say yes to something unless it feels right.
Yeah, I only say things that it feels right, but I feel like so far, well, I think, yeah, only need to do like the work if you feel comfortable doing it. Yeah, there has been some works that I say no when I didn't feel comfortable. Yeah, and I think it's also very important as a part of like loving yourself. It's like the ability to say no. Like if you don't feel comfortable in doing something, it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
That's I learn over time for sure.
Yeah. Do you feel like more success comes to you as you set your boundaries and you stay true to who you are? Like more doors start to open when you're more authentic to yourself, as opposed to just being like, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll say yes to everybody. I will play the game and you know, foot on the gas like 100 miles an hour. I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Where obviously we get older and we realize people just take advantage of us, especially being a girl. Men want to take us and like mold us and manipulate us and things like that. For all of the girls out there that are afraid that you're going to lose an opportunity for standing up for yourself, I think it's important to know that you can still be successful even when you say no and even when you set boundaries. And so because you're a model, you're super gorgeous, all the men are, you know, wanting to hook up with you or flirt with you or whatever. Do you have a protocol? Like, do you have girlfriends that you can call? Like, how do you stay safe and protected and like keep your boundaries in place?
Yeah, I think it's important to like set your boundaries. And I think in situation like that, I would just like play friendly and we'll just like manipulate it or like turn into the friendly to make sure this person doesn't like go like have weird funny thoughts, right? So I was just like turn into like a friendly, Yeah, but sometimes it could be difficult. But I think once someone is stepping stone your boundaries, you just need to leave them. That's like this is not gonna work. This like collaboration, whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's very important to set your boundaries, and yeah, it could be like dangerous and everything. Just need to always make sure you feel comfortable. Yeah, and if something, I will call my girlfriend
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, so it's very important, especially like in Hollywood, to just like say no if you don't feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, and then another like tough topic because I want women to work together and be a team. And it can be really hard because women, we're dealing with our own selves anyway. Like we're hormonal, we're emotional, we are already dealing with our own journey. And then when you put 10 other women in the room, it can get a little spicy. But my dream is to have an all female production team. Why is it so hard for girls to get along? And do you think that it's going to start getting easier as society evolves, or is it always going to be like this?
Well, I hope it's gonna get easier. But it's true, like every month we're dealing with hormonal, we're dealing already with a lot going on, change in our own body, plus other women. But I think like I've experienced that a lot when I used to like modeling full time and we will all live together, models in one place. Like would be like live 8 girls in one apartment.
Right.
So I feel like I kind of learned that. And just like when you like treat everyone kind and be genuine, I think that's will build like the environment for other people to also be genuine to you. So I believe it's possible that all women can like work together and build things. Yes, I believe it's possible.
Do you think that it comes from competition? Like we feel like, oh no, like she's gonna get the job, or like she's hotter than me, she's like whatever, has this and I don't have that. Like I think for me as a singer and even as a young kid growing up in the competitive dance world, it was so stressful competing against girls my age, especially even if I won, there would be that moment where it was like she's better than me. And you have to face yourself and look in the mirror and be like, I can do this. I think the lesson is it's not about them. It's about us competing against our own self. Right? But also, I think that I have dealt with a lot of friendships where there is betrayal. And I think that like not every woman is a girl's girl. Gosh, it's so hard to talk about this stuff. But girls, I think that communication is number one and lifting each other up. And if you are feeling like I think it in friendship, it's like you just have to be there for the person.
Yeah.
Do you have good friends now, and have you dealt with drama within friendships?
Yeah. So like back to competition because it's interesting. I feel like I had to learn for in myself like how I'm gonna deal with that in everyday basics because every day what I was doing, I was going to castings from morning to evening. I would deal competition every single day.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I remember I was first thinking like, oh my God, everyone is so beautiful. Like why they will choose me? Because like everyone is beautiful. So I remember like I had to deal with that, especially being like a very young girl. I was thinking like how I'm gonna deal with that. And after I just realized that it's like it doesn't matter what other people could be more beautiful, less beautiful, or like have like whatever, but I realized that like they're never gonna be me.
Yes.
So that's the only thing. It's just like if the casting director or the producer pick you because they're like just for you, and it's like no matter what, you just need to do your best to show your true self and show your best. And if they see it, yeah, they want you. And I always was thinking, leaving the casting, even they didn't pick me, I'm like, oh, they lost. I was
Yes.
leaving, I was like, whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I was
God.
really, it took me years, I feel, to figure out because it was a lot in the beginning, especially I was very young dealing with that. And after a while, once I realized the kind, I didn't like, it doesn't really like bother me as much because I know this is the lifestyle, this is the industry, and no matter what, like everyone has their unique self, and that's it. We're all different, you know.
You know what's so crazy? Because our lives are so based around social media now. And I feel like so many artists that I talk to, the reason why they don't want to do TikTok is because you have to do your makeup and your hair, and then it's hours of like being in, like not only being in front of the camera, but also editing.
Yeah.
I know for me personally, if it's not top notch, I don't even want to do it. And with TikTok, the name of the game is to just be on there and post and post and post.
Yeah.
And like the story time stuff, I can't bring myself to do it because I don't want to put half-assed, mediocre, whatever. I can't get over myself. Like I want everything to look amazing.
Yeah, you want to look perfectly. It's like you have like perfectionism, right?
Yeah.
Thing.
And
TikTok is about to be like chill and like no makeup, show your like no makeup face. Yeah, it's hard for me too.
okay, that's what I want to ask. Okay, so
Yeah.
are you the reason why I haven't seen your TikTok, so I don't know, but like the reason why we have not blown up on TikTok
Yeah.
is because we're not on there doing what the people that go viral are the ones that have no makeup and they're just saying the real shit.
Yeah.
Do you think that this year we might be able to
Maybe
do it?
maybe we should just do it, you know. And I feel like yes, try it. Like that's why I never really done TikTok as much. As like some of my other girlfriends, they will just filming and posting no makeup and everything. Yeah, because Instagram is different. Instagram is more like, you know,
Curated.
yeah, it's yeah. So that's why I felt like that was always easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe you're right. This year, let's do TikTok. Like show our like no makeup face.
I want to. I want to get more real and I want to just get over it. Like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
we could die tomorrow. We need to live it up right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the old narrative of like, oh, TikTok is for Gen Z and it's just for kids that have no talent and da da da. It's like, that's not true.
No, no.
It's just breaking the cycle of thinking that the new way of doing things, it's the new way of doing things. And it's just like millennials have to jump in and do it. And I think there's so much resistance. And I'm saying all of this out loud because I'm manifesting, you know, breaking down that resistance. And just even in the morning, like making coffee and talking to everyone on TikTok, you guys, like I'm going to try that tomorrow.
Because a lot of people want to see us like making coffee in the morning and everything. Yeah, there's another like new platform, Kik or something is started. I want to do that too. It's also like live streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's again, it's like need to be more like real, no makeup, and it's harder than like in Instagram, like get ready and everything, right? Already ready to prepare. Yeah, it's different.
Oh my God. Imagine if we started doing this and then all of a sudden you get like 100 orders for like yoga pants.
Yeah.
Because you were just on there talking to everyone chill, you know?
Yeah.
And it goes back to this, you guys, just being joyful and happy.
Yeah.
And then you're on here live streaming and you're giving that frequency and that energy to the people. And it's science.
Yeah.
Truly. And like the hot high priestess was saying this. She's like, I said one day, I'm going to make $10,000 on TikTok. And she went to the beach and she was dancing on the beach or something. I'm like, what does that even mean? You were dancing on the beach. And people started giving her all this money and she made $10,000 that day on TikTok because she just believed and she said it and it happened. And so that's another thing is like, it's so hard to make money as a performing artist and it's so expensive to live in Los Angeles that it's like, why wouldn't we put ourselves out there to get that extra income? And so I'm just preaching the good word because it is difficult.
Yeah. It's almost like comes down to like be able to be open to new ideas in new ways. I think in 2020 that was the time when it was blowing up, when it
Yeah.
was COVID, and also I thought like, oh, that's not for me, it's like for young kids. And I shouldn't be, I should be dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of brand deals, there's a lot of money on TikTok.
Right.
Yeah, so it's never too late now, but it's always like, yeah, it's like I think you need to be able to be open, to open your mind to new ideas in new ways of doing things, because we live in a like world fast changing. Now we have another thing, AI coming, right?
Oh,
Like how
yeah.
we gonna do with that? That's already like a lot of people losing jobs, and they
Mm-hmm.
can even clone people. There's, so I feel like it's important, like in time, to jump on things what is like changing right now, because it's changing constantly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That being said, though, oh my gosh, there's two sides to this.
Yeah.
How much time do you spend on your phone? And I just noticed that you have more than one phone.
Yes, I have two phones.
What? Okay. When do we look in the mirror and go, okay, I need to get off my phone? That's the other issue is like, are we going to dedicate our lives to our phone?
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about that?
So how I deal with it, because yeah, I do have two phones. I have like a lot of notification, text messages, social media, and all of this. So I'm trying to like, when I wake up, I don't use my phone for 2 hours. That's my rule. Like I will wake
Oh,
up, meditate, and I think about what I want to do today. So I'm like, first thing, I'm connecting with myself before connecting with my phone or other people.
yes.
It's so and after even already 2 hour passes, when I start to check my phone, I only go through like the most important, and like, so I would check everything like partially, so I don't feel like overwhelmed when I just wake up. I'm not checking my messages right away, because otherwise I will feel like my phone owns my life. Like all
Yeah.
my like social media owns it. That's why like I'm taking break in the morning. I want to feel like, okay, like this is, yeah, so I'm taking like very like slowly in the morning, and I feel like the way you're starting your day is very important.
Yeah.
And like once I start my day like chill, the whole day goes chill. Once I start my day like all over the place, I feel like the whole day went like that. So it's very important to like, yeah, to have like schedule and healthy habits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you do lemon water in the morning?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. Yeah, when I have lemon, I just do that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm trying to drink a lot of water for sure.
Yeah.
At least like two liters, right?
Yeah. Okay. And then also, what about diet? Because out here in LA, I'm just like all over I have ADD, you guys. Just roll with it. Out here in LA, it's so trendy to be a vegan. And I feel like for me, I try my hardest to be a vegan, but it's like every once in a while I'll do sushi, like fish for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not doing chicken or steak. But how do you feel about food and diet? Like where do you stand on that?
I think the most important to just eat organic food and like clean food, and make sure like to don't eat all of this like pesticide food or hormonal. It's like, even when some people want to eat meat, and it's like their choice. Like I personally don't eat meat,
Yeah.
but when people do want to eat, I think the most important has to be like organic meat and like clean food. The most important is like to eat clean and not overeating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people say don't drink milk in the US, but if you go to Italy, it's cleaner, like the cheese and the milk or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, it's interesting, because always when I travel to Europe, I feel like I'm like losing weight. Even like
Oh.
everything, even my face look more like defined. Like I feel like it's maybe has to do with the amount of salt in food. Yeah, it's what I realized. Like that's why I really watch out for salt. It's because I feel like salt makes like
Water
everything
retention.
puffy. Yeah, like little, yeah. So I've noticed, even I don't do anything, even I eat more. I eat like pasta every day in Europe and drink red wine, and I feel like I'm losing weight.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
there's a big difference. In the United States, we are filling everything with sodium.
Yeah, I need to eat cleaner for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. Just wanted to go over that. So, you guys, we love you so much. Happy New Year. And I'm going to bring it back to Myla so she can tell you guys where to find her on socials. take it away.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for listening. You can find me on Instagram. It's MylaTkachenko. Thank you so much for listening, and have an amazing 2024, an amazing new year.
And TikTok.
And TikTok, same, MylaTkachenko.
Absolutely. We would love for you guys to follow us on TikTok. We are going to be on there making coffee and doing yoga or whatever. Anyway, have an amazing day. Do something that makes you feel happy. Give yourself a hug. Love yourself. And we will see you later. Mwah.